If you're an introvert, I bet you've had that moment. You're just enjoying some quiet time and this little voice creeps into your head and asks, Am I weird for this? The world out there can make you second-guess yourself, for sure. But today, we are going to put that question to rest. We've got a checklist that's going to prove you're not just fine, you are perfectly, wonderfully normal.
So, here's the game plan. We're going to tackle that big question head-on. Then, we'll get into how you navigate the social world and protect your personal energy. We'll also look at friendships, uncover a final sign that's kind of paradoxical, and then we'll wrap it all up by showing you how this is all actually your own personal superpower.
I mean, this is the core conflict, right? You feel genuinely happy and content on your own, or maybe with just one or two close friends. But the world around us seems to be throwing a party 24/7, celebrating the loudest person in the room. And that can really make you feel like you're the odd one out.
And that leads to this question. It's the one that pops into your head when you turn down yet another invitation because, honestly, a good book just sounds way better. So today, let's answer this thing once and for all.
Okay, first up, let's talk about how you deal with the world outside your door. Specifically, how you handle being in new situations, with new people and new places.
So the very first sign that you're a totally normal introvert is this.
Okay, picture this. It's your first day at a new job, or you're walking into a party where you know, nobody. You feel that little flutter in your chest, that feeling of being on high alert? Yeah, that feeling is completely and totally normal. It's not a flaw, it's just a human response.
Exactly. See, you've got to reframe this. It's not a weakness, it's actually a sign of intelligence. Your brain is just kicking into high gear, scanning the room, trying to read the social cues, figuring out the vibe. So while you might feel a little awkward on the outside, on the inside, your mind is doing some seriously advanced work.
And speaking of analysis, let's actually jump ahead to our fifth sign because it ties in perfectly right here. It's all about how your brain is doing that work, and this difference is absolutely crucial.
So here's the deal. A normal, healthy introvert analyzes to understand. You're thinking, okay, what's the energy in here? Who seems approachable? That's you being smart. The flip side is creating drama in your head, where you take every little thing and spin it negatively, like thinking a random glance from across the room means somebody hates you. See the difference? You observe to learn, not to invent negative stories.
All right, let's move on to managing your inner world. This whole section isn't about hiding from people. Nope. It's about knowing how to protect your energy and finding a balance that works for you.
Which leads us right into our second sign of a healthy introvert.
You get the whole concept of a social battery. You know that choosing to be alone isn't about being scared or antisocial. It's a strategic move. It's you plugging yourself in to recharge. You know that after some quiet time, you can go back out into the world feeling refreshed and, more like yourself. It's a choice, not something you're forced into. And one of the most important skills for protecting that battery? Well, that brings us to sign number 4.
You know how to say no. And let me tell you, this is a huge sign of great mental health. You get that you don't have to say yes to every single invitation. You can decline, politely, and this is the key part, without feeling guilty about it. You say no because you respect your own time and energy, which is something every single person should do. Okay, let's talk about friendships. Your whole approach to relationships might look a lot different from the super social butterflies out there. And you know what? That is a really good thing.
And that brings us to sign number 3 that you're doing just fine. You are all about quality, not quantity. Having just a few friends who really truly get you feels so much better than having 100 casual connections. It just does. You're choosing to invest your social energy where it counts, in relationships that are real, deep, and authentic. That focus on depth isn't weird. It's a core introvert strength.
All right, we have made it to our final sign. And this one is a little bit of a paradox. It's probably the most surprising and maybe the most reassuring sign of them all.
The sixth and final sign that you are a perfectly normal introvert is, wait for it,
Yes, you heard that right. The very fact that you worry, am I too quiet? Is it bad that I'm anxious? That is the number one sign that you're okay. Now, why is that? It's because it shows you're self-aware. You're actually checking in with yourself. You're being thoughtful and reflective. That's not a sign of a problem. That's the sign of a healthy, working mind. So let's bring this all home, because these signs, they aren't just little check marks for normalcy. When you put them all together, they actually point to a massive strength.
So here they are, all 6 together. You're cautious in new situations, You know you need to recharge alone. You go for deep connections. You're a pro at saying no to protect your peace. You analyze to understand things better, not to create drama. And you're self-aware enough to worry if you're worrying too much. See? These aren't bugs to be fixed. They are features of a thoughtful, self-aware personality.
So the next time that little voice of doubt creeps in, I want you to remember this. Your way of being in the world isn't weird, it's your strength. It's a superpower of observation, of depth, of self-awareness. So the real question isn't, are you normal? The real question is, now that you know, what are you going to do with it?